Do you want to know the difference between raw hair and virgin hair? Are you starting a new business and you're unsure about what option to go for? Or you're planning to get your first bundles and you actually do not know what raw hair is or virgin hair? Well, keep on watching. Now let's start with the meaning of raw hair. Raw hair means that the hair is 100% unprocessed, which means it comes from one donor. It's been cut off, it's just been cleaned, taking off all the lice. And so what that means is the way that the bundle has been cut off the donor's head is the exact way the bundle will be sold to you. So for example, if the donor has a natural wavy hair, that is how that bundle will be sold to you. Or if the donor has a natural straight hair, that is how the bundle will be sold to you. One of the key major things to know here also is that the cuticles are all aligned. It's because this has been cut off directly from the donor. So what they do is they shave hair from the scalp and then they put it together. They don't mix it. So the cuticles are always aligned. And most raw hair come from India. 98% of raw hair comes from India. I know some people will come and say, oh no, it can't be 98%. Statistics show that almost 98% of the hair that goes around the world comes from India. This is because there is a ritual where they go to temples and they donate their hair, or I feel like their hair grows quite quickly. Now let's talk about virgin hair. The name virgin is actually quite confusing because if you hear virgin hair, you should think this should be 100% raw hair, right? Because as we have people of color, our hair, when it's virgin, there is no relaxer or anything, our hair is virgin. But in this case, this is different. The human hair from the Chinese, that's what virgin hair is. Virgin hair is usually hair that has been bought from India. So there's a lot of the hair on the floor, the hair that is left during the cuticle aligning process, or maybe some hair that has been mixed together, that the cuticles are no longer aligned, and the hair is from different donors. So like 4, 5, 6, you know. This is what virgin hair is. Before I move on, I'm going to show you a raw hair and a virgin hair. This is a virgin hair. The hair is always shiny. So you see it's very shiny. Most of the time when you're talking about some cheaper version of virgin hair, I'm going to be showing you Remy virgin hair as well so that you see the difference. You're going to see a bit of strands. So all these brown strands are fillers. Are things called fillers, and they're fillers and they're more kind of synthetic fibers. And this is why sometimes when you lift virgin hair, you lift it to 630, it doesn't lift because most of the time the hair is full of fillers. Now moving on, I said I was going to show you Remy virgin hair. When I say Remy virgin hair, so there are really grades to hair. Remember you hear above A, 13A, various numbers, yeah? That means that they grade their hair to how luxurious the hair is. So you can get a good virgin hair, which is something I'm holding on here. As you can see, there is a difference between this hair and this hair. This virgin hair is a better quality, and this virgin hair was actually sold as raw, but it's not raw. It just means that the hair is of better quality than this hair. On this hair, you can see that there are not synthetic fibers. There is no fillers in there to fill the hair. It is more expensive than the hair that I've just showed you. I also want to put side by side so you see the difference between virgin hair and raw hair. So this is virgin hair. So let's do the cheaper virgin hair. This is virgin hair and that is raw hair. I don't know if you can see the difference. This raw hair hasn't been washed or anything like that, so it's in this 100% raw state. So you can imagine wetting it with water and putting your the difference. Yep, that's the difference. Now let me show you in a proper or virgin Remy. So you can see that this looks very shiny compared to this, but best believe this will last longer. It will look better on you. It will style better. It will hold better curls than this one. Let's talk about virgin versus raw hair and the lifespan of each one. So let's start with virgin hair. When you go for virgin hair, for example, some vendors would actually sell you virgin hair and tell you it would last you for 6 months. And that is the kind of hair that I showed previously. This will last you 6 to 1 year because the way it looks is quite fragile and it's not going to last very long. When we talk about raw hair, we are talking about 5 years plus. If you care, I've had raw hair that has lasted me for like 10 years. Yes, I've had this raw hair. It lasted me for a long time, a very long time. I think I got it when I was at uni and it lasted me so long for almost 10 years until I stopped using it because the weft was literally dying. That's how long raw hair can last for if you care for your raw hair properly. Now let's talk about pricing of both. Now, the pricing of raw hair is obviously different from the pricing of virgin hair. Raw hair is quite pricey, and the reason is why it's quite pricey is because one, it's proper raw hair, is unprocessed, so that means it's going to last way long. You're going to get most of your money from the raw hair. Now you have virgin hair. You got various prices for virgin hair, like the one I previously shown, which is the Remy virgin hair. That comes in a bit more expensive than the regular virgin hair because obviously that will last longer. So that can last you about 2 years, depending on how well you care for it. There are a few marketing strategies that confuses a lot of people when it comes to purchasing raw hair. What you should know that if you're purchasing raw hair and your hair is not coming from India, or it's not coming from maybe Vietnam, or I'll put some other countries, Burma, I really can't pronounce it properly. Those countries are the countries that offer raw hair. When it comes to Indian, I feel like they are the highest on the list. I don't actually feel they are the highest on the list when it comes to raw hair. And if you're looking at the number code or you're sending a WhatsApp message and the WhatsApp number is starting with +86, that is definitely Chinese hair. That is not raw hair. Don't be deceived. What you can do is, if you're opting to go for virgin hair, you can ask them, what is your best quality virgin hair? And they can offer you like a Remy virgin hair, which is also really good and very nice if well taken care of. What you should also know is that you might end up getting a very bad batch of raw hair. Then this is where testing comes in. Now, if you're looking to test your raw hair, you can check out this video here. I gave you a in-depth review on basically how I tested one of the vendors' hair and how I found out that this is not the right vendor for me. Still here, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions whatsoever, any things I have missed, please don't forget to just leave them in the comment section. I will make sure that I respond to all of the comments. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and subscribe and help a sister out. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you.